You're listening to Cards to the Moon, a podcast about trading cards from both a collector and investor perspective. We hope you'll stick around for the ride as we take a deep dive into the state of the hobby, share some hot takes, hopefully some useful advice, and fun stories along the way. Hey guys, welcome back to Cards to the Moon. This is episode 361. My name is Clark from 5cardguys.com, and you can also find me at 5cardguys on Instagram, YouTube, and on Facebook. Co-hosting with me today is Will and Roy. They're back to talk a little bit about the Pokemon and WWE card market, of course, and we'll also be talking about the Topps industry conference that happened just this past week. But off the top, let's actually talk about the Sport Card Expo coming up in Toronto, the biggest card show in Canada. I think we all have booths, and as of this recording, we actually only have 3 weeks to prep. And I was initially going to ask you, have you guys started prepping? But I feel like I already know the answer. It's kind of like asking, have you guys started studying for an exam when you're in school? And we all know the answer for that too. We just cram last minute. So what I'm interested in is 3 weeks out from the Sport Card Expo, like I said before. Do you guys have any goals, specific goals for this expo coming up? Like, are you looking to sell certain cards that you have right now, or are you looking to mostly buy? What's your game plan?
For me, I kind of want to liquidate a lot of cards and try to trade into something that's kind of bigger and more rare. Whether it's the Mario that I've been chasing for so long, or like a special trophy card. Nice. Chances are I probably won't, but that's the hope and goal. Maybe I'll walk around with this big stack of cards and just take 90% or whatever someone's going to be willing to trade and go into something big. But I don't know, with the market so crazy now with like high end cards, it's going to be tough. So
yeah, I'm curious. You've been vending at multiple shows over the past couple of years, especially. Like, what is your inventory? Are you do you have even more cards from say last year, or are you kind of even?
I probably have more just because I'm starting to get all my cards that I sent in for grading about 5-6 months ago. Like I just got 2 subs back in the past 2 weeks. Well, one's in the mail, but I should get it on Monday.
Okay.
But in terms of quantity, yeah, I definitely have more cards. So yeah, I need to get rid of some and hopefully get into something bigger. I've slowly been selling off some things though, like sealed and whatnot. Okay. So just building up that cash, buy something big.
Nice. Well, you mentioned Super Mario, that Pikachu. What is the update like in terms of the value of it? Have you checked recently or not?
No, I haven't been doing too much card research lately, but I'm gonna guess it's like 40K Canadian. But
40K Canadian.
Yeah, 41.4 was the last sold 3 days ago. 40 Canadian 47,000.
Okay, so that's about 30K US for our American friends, which is insane.
Yeah, so 41.4, 47, 42, 42, 40. Yeah, so it's just above the 40,000. So yeah, around 30K.
All right, so you got to liquidate a lot for that Mario Pikachu.
Yeah, but I'm actually willing to do it, just because everything else. I mean, if you trade up things that have gone up as well, like net, you're going to be even. Like if my cards were worth 2,000 and now they're 5,000, you trade enough of those, sure. net even, right? Maybe pay a little bit of a premium, but I'm okay with that.
Cool.
What's the likelihood of seeing a Mario Pikachu at the show?
Oh, you'll probably see one at Expo. Most of the shows, you probably see one or two. There's a bunch of big players in the Toronto market, but I don't know. Lately, I feel people have been holding back like their high end stuff just because there's so much theft and crazy stuff going on in the GTA. Right. Like I think the last show, or one of the shows, there's 2 instances where one person was followed after the show.
That's crazy.
They went to go eat at a restaurant, and then as they were inside the restaurant, they smashed the car, grabbed all the cards, and then took off.
Gosh.
Yeah, and then the second instance was from the same show. Apparently, there was a couple driving, and then they had to get gas after the show. As they're filling up, they just took the girlfriend out of the car, and they just stole the car and everything inside. So it's wild times here, man. It's actually kind of crazy. Like, so
It's a little scary.
yeah. I mean, now's the time to like insure your cards. If you have high-end cards, get safety deposit box, get something, don't leave your valuables at home because you never know.
Oh, that's so sad that
Yeah.
we've come down to that, but that's what money does, I guess. Will, how about you?
Sorry, I brought the whole
I know.
mood down.
Let's end this show. Let's end this episode right now. I don't know how to segue from that.
Oh man, yeah, I don't know how to transition. Yeah, I am prepping for the card show.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Just a little bit. I was digging through just old baseball inserts that I thought were completely valueless.
Right.
But in our group chat, somebody posted about the Shohei Ohtani All Aces from, I think it's like 2021 or 2022, that first year set, and I'm like, I have a bunch of those inserts. Like, let me go dig through them. I didn't have a Shohei, but I do have like 7 or 8 other pitchers. And then I was like, I wonder if any of these inserts are worth anything. I looked up these medallion inserts that were just like, they're manufactured. They're just in boxes, like when you rip hangers or blasters or something like that. And I ripped so much of that. And then, I'm just screenshotting, or I'm just taking pictures of it for Card Ladder, and then I realized some of these cards are worth like $30, and I was like, oh shoot. So my dollar box from Collector Super Show got
An upgrade.
Well, I mean, at the show it got rifled through a lot, and a lot of my inventory got bought out. So yeah, I think these inserts will help replenish the dollar box. I wasn't gonna have a dollar box, but I think I need something to kind of for people to look through and hang out and stuff like that. So
I mean, your dollar box did really well last show.
yeah. So I can't turn my nose against it. Turn my nose down against it. Yeah, there's some money to be made there. So I've been just looking through all my old boxes and stuff and just collecting things that maybe people will want. And then, kind of like what Roy's been doing, just slowly collecting all the cards that have been, like, all over at different mailboxes and different, like, different vaults and all that stuff. So I think I've got everything, all my cards now. And I saw Roy, like, a couple days ago. I was like, hey, are you prepping? And he's like, what? Why am I going to price them out now? Like, and that's the Pokemon market, right? Like, you have to price the day before. Meanwhile, I've already started pricing all my baseball stuff. So I'll probably have to start doing some of that work pretty soon.
True. Yeah. Nice. Well, when you first talked about how well your dollar box did, like back at the Collector Super Show, I'm like, that's what I'm gonna do. So I gotta start prepping too. And did you? I can't remember. Did you put your dollar cards like in top loader sleeves? You did that for each one, or?
Yeah, so I laboriously sleeved every single card.
Oh, man.
Yeah, every single rookie card.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah, just turn on some Netflix.
But you didn't top loader everything, just sleeves, right?
No. So I had a system where it's like, if it's on a penny sleeve, it's $1. If it's on a top loader, it's $2. Unless the top loader has like a price
sticker
on it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So that kind of helps too, because when I'm pricing things out really quickly, it's like I have a general idea of what they're grabbing and what price I can do it for.
That's smart.
I've seen people that do like a color system. There's like a green means $1.
A lot of stores do color system.
Yeah. I haven't been to a store in years, so
He's too busy going to card shows. So
I don't even go to shows anymore. I haven't gone to a card show in a while.
He's just sitting
Busy.
on all that Charizard money.
I mean, every weekend is like hockey now, so it's just like for Miles.
Okay. Well, that's gonna slow down, right?
Soccer season now.
It's gonna be great
Busy
when our
dad.
kids are like 20 and they don't want to hang out with us anymore.
20.
Yeah, 'cause that's
12.
when we'll be at the card shows all the time.
I can already envision that.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Okay, yeah. For me, I think honestly, I'm going to be doing a lot of content, or I'm hoping to. And shout out to our I don't want to say one Dominican Republic listener. I'm sure we have a few or several, but I got a message. I got a DM saying one of them is coming to Toronto Sport Card Expo.
Oh, nice.
So we're looking forward to meeting at the show later this month. So yeah, I'll do some content. Hopefully people will sit down and, we'll have a short interview for the podcast. And I'll have a few cards too, kind of, if people want to peruse. And I already know I'm going to be exhausted after the first day. So it'll be interesting how the second and third day goes. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it though. It's my first time vending or having a booth. So and I've learned a lot from you guys already from previous podcast episodes where we talked about it and visiting you guys while you're set up. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, 3 weeks away, boys. I hope we're ready. And one more thing I want to touch upon very briefly, speaking of the Pokemon card market, and of course, Will, you're into WWE. What's the update on how you feel things are going? I feel like, well, Roy, we already know the Pokemon card market's still white hot with the 30th anniversary. Any news on that regard? Speaking of 30th anniversary,
I think it comes out in October, if I'm not mistaken.
What comes out in October?
We're gonna have a 30th anniversary set.
Oh,
so similar to
okay.
the 25th anniversary and the 20th anniversary celebrations, or Generations was 20th and then Celebrations was 25th.
Right.
So they're going to come out with a 30th anniversary.
Wow, that's going to be popular.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have any idea how that's going to work? Like, is there a limited supply, or is they're going to print to the moon?
I mean, they would probably print it to the moon, if I had to guess. And I think most of it's going to be retail, Walmart. So
okay,
people are going to be camping out or whatnot. So, yeah.
I'm sure we're going to see more videos on social media of brawls. Hopefully not that many, but yeah, crazy customers out there. Okay.
Yeah, like I was only able to get 25th from Walmart, and I wasn't able to get it from anywhere else.
Oh.
And I only saw it once, so luckily I got there right when they restocked. So hopefully the same could happen, but it's so much more popular now, and like every time I go to Walmart now, it's empty. Every single section is full, like the sports, and then there's a big hole where all the Pokemon are. So people are just selecting the Pokemon cards to buy.
But I saw an ETB. I saw ETBs at Walmart maybe a few months ago, and the price on it was like $110.
Oh yeah, that's what
I was
I'm
just
paying
like,
now.
I was like, is that actually how much it costs for retail?
Walmart and GameStop, I feel like they've raised their prices to like almost market price for the most part, around 100.
It's like why even buy it at that price?
I mean, if it's Ascended Heroes, you still make. I think they're selling for like $160, so you still make $50 if you're to sell it, and if you just want to rip, that's just the way it is now. Like they've caught on. Like, why are we selling these for $70 when we could? People are still paying it for buying it for $110. It sucks, but it is what it is.
That's the reality. It's funny, like just seeing the evolution of like what's available at retail. I remember seeing, easily you go to any retail store, Walmart, Target in the States, Pokemon cards readily available.
Yeah.
And then as it really became more popular, now you go to Walmart, they're behind those enclosed glass cases where you need someone to unlock it.
Yeah.
And now it's like you can't even find them in those enclosed glass cases.
Yeah, exactly.
It's crazy.
I know, like Evolving Skies, there's so much of it. Just sitting at Walmart shelves.
And Champions Path.
I mean, nobody wants that, but
Will does.
yeah.
Was there nothing good in that one?
No, there's
a Charizard in there.
I think there's 2 Charizards.
All right. How about WWE? I sent you guys in the show notes that one interesting stat where on Card Ladder, the index, there's like 20, 30 categories of different sports and even non-sports, and everything's in the green over the past year, over the past 365 days, except one category, which is wrestling, which is down 6%. Doesn't mean a whole lot, I'm sure, but I'm wondering if that's something you felt. Maybe you did, or maybe you haven't. Well,
so I was really shocked when I saw that, because I was like, oh man, am I like so out of touch that like I'm going headlong into something that's just like a sinking ship? And I was trying to understand, like, you know, card ladder's indexing of the cards, like what do they value, what are they looking at, what's their scoring system for that? And so I played around with it a little bit. If you look at the 1 year trend, yeah, it's down 6%. But if you look at the longer trends, like 2 year, 5 year, all that, it is in the green. And so I was like, okay, well, what happened in this past year? And I realized there's just no cards. You know, I was looking at actually tonight, like we're recording on Thursday night, and this is gonna go up on Tuesday, right?
Yeah.
So it's actually the night before Topps releases 2026 Topps Chrome. WWE.
Okay. That's
and
big.
Last year they released that in January.
Oh.
And so before that, and then after January's release, they had Topps Finest in September, and then they had Universe, which is like just like this trash set in my opinion.
Okay.
And that's the 2025 year, but it came out at the end of February this year. And then they just had Exalted come out from 2025, which is like a little bit higher end. It's 5 cards, 2 autos. And that just came out April 1st. Like, it literally came out last week. So I think maybe the reason that the cards are down is just there's no volume, right? There's just no cards to buy and sell. There's no flipping. You're just looking at like older cards and stuff like that. What I find is like a lot of the higher end WWE stuff, because they're not priced so outrageously. It's not like Shohei's or Connor Griffin's or even Pikachu's. They're all still reasonably priced. Like if you want to get a Superfractor, if you want to get a red out of 5 auto, it might be $1,000 for your favorite wrestler. And so what I think happens is those really high end or the low pop rare cards, they get bought once and then they just stay in people's collections.
Right.
And so there's no transacting, there's no movement. So I think that's probably what's been happening. Just not a lot of cards in the market. And just like the market's pretty low, so people are just collecting and keeping, and
Sure.
Yeah. How often do collabs come out, like the Babe collab and like those types of products?
Yeah, I mean, like the Bape one was just like a one-off, and then they did the Cactus Jack, but I think that was part of Topps's bigger plan of Cactus Jack. But like I told you guys last time, what's his face?
Travis Scott.
Yeah, he's persona non grata in the WWE circles because of the botched Rock and Travis Scott storyline with Cody Rhodes. So that set that set did come out. I didn't even bring it up because it's readily available. Like anyone can buy those hobby boxes at below release price. Yeah.
Really? Wow.
They're just, there's no value. Nobody's looking for them. Nobody wants them.
Even if you hit like a big card, it's
I know, like a red. You know?
You
I
might
be interested.
You might, but it's not like there's nothing in there that's so desirous that you'd pay 2x pre-release price. So
I'll be the judge of that. I'm going to look on eBay afterwards and see if there's anything that strikes a chord with me. But yeah, no, you know what I was thinking? It's really smart analysis by Will, or he's still deluding himself that wrestling cards are.
There's a good chance. I think this year's this end of April show is really going to open my eyes to 2 things. One is if the WWE market is sustainable, and 2, if I actually do enjoy vending versus walking around, because I'm not the type to think the grass is greener on the other side. But sitting at the card show is really nice, but at a certain point you feel like you're anchored there and you can't walk around and you can't explore and all that stuff. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we'll be together, Will, so you might have more opportunity to do that.
Clark's gonna leave his booth so quick. It's gonna be a race each time to leave.
Hey, well, I'll be back, all right? I don't know. I'm sure, you know what? This is like, it's like the perfect time when you have to go all in on these things, you know? When you know, everyone's going one way, you have to zag. And that might be the case for wrestling, you know? But no, we always fall for it, though. We always want the FOMO cards instead. You know, when everyone wants it, we're like, oh, I'll double the price and get it, you know? Wrestling might be in that sweet spot right now. All right. Thanks for the update, guys. And yeah, you know what? I'm going to follow up with you, Will, after the April show to see what you decided, whether you prefer vending or walking around. That's always the dilemma for a lot of us that like to go to card shows. Okay, let's move on to hobby headlines. All right, so maybe one day we'll be invited to the Topps Industry Conference, but this past week in Arizona, I guess mostly hobby shop owners and breakers are invited to the annual conference, and Mike Mahan was there, and he announced a few interesting things. So I'll go through some of the announcements, and then we can just react to them, whether we think it's great news or not, or somewhere in between. All right. So first, if you didn't know, the theme of this year's Topps Industry Conference was the joy of collecting. And so along that theme, Topps is looking to offer more value products to make the hobby a little more accessible to newer and I'm sure younger collectors. I feel we talked about this before, but what do you think of that idea? Like if they started offering more value products, like more Topps Fire or, you know, other lower tier products, would something like that get more collectors into the hobby? Would that be effective? What do you guys think?
Yeah, so I was thinking, I mean, this kind of flashes forward to the next segment, but for the next segment, I was thinking about this idea, this hot take of getting rid of paper, like Series 1, Series 2, and
interesting.
Update. And as I was wrestling with this idea, I realized, oh no, you know what? That should be where the kids are collecting. That could be what is like a lower end price point that everyone can collect. And I realize it kind of is doing that because, you know, we're griping at all these releases off Topps website where it's like gone in a second. But you know what? When Series 1 releases, there's still hobby boxes available hours after release.
Right.
Yeah. So,
okay.
So yeah, like I don't ever want to see Topps Fire again. I did like Big League. I thought it had like
that was fun.
Like a cute, fun looking design.
Yeah.
Maybe Topps Series 1 and Series 2, you add in some of those more fun kind of cards and stuff like that. And make it more geared towards the kids. Because everyone else is just chasing Chrome anyway. So, or like all the adults are chasing Chrome. Yeah.
But I mean, before you go, Roy, like the thing is with these so-called lower tiers, it really depends on the hits, right? You know, like you could include nice hits in Topps Series 1, and that's going to almost determine the value of the hobby boxes, especially on the secondary market, whenever, you know, whenever the initial release is sold out. So yeah, it's true that hours after you could still get some, but I know friends that are like months, maybe a month or two after the release, they're like, oh, do you know where I can get a hobby box of Topps Series 1? Because my LCS doesn't have any, you know? So it's still kind of hard to get because I feel like the hits are still pretty good if you're, you know, the chase cards are still have value. So I don't know if that means for lower tier cards, you just got to take some away of these hits and just make it more about set collecting or something like that. I'm not sure. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, for me, like, if you add more product, like, is product really scarce other than hobby boxes and like? Because when I go to Walmart, like everything's there. There's
that's true. You can still get blasters.
Everything's there. So is it really scarce? It's just the hobby boxes that everyone wants because there's guaranteed auto or like, you know, that's what people
for Clark and me. It's guaranteed, man.
Yeah.
The relics.
Yeah.
I have so many.
Guaranteed relic.
So adding more of these, and then people are going to complain. There's too many rookie cards. There's too many variants. There's 50 different, rookie parallels.
Yeah.
This person has 100 in his rookie year, the different cards. So, and then if you're going to add more products, you're just going to add to that. So, is that going to help? No, but
yeah, I guess it depends what they mean by more. Yeah, tops. What kind of products are they going to add to the inventory?
I mean, I feel like if they add like more collabs like that, like the Bob Ross, but keep it like, don't make it so hyped and like the price, keep it low and have a limit. Those are fun, right? But like Topps Fire and all those other junk, Revolution hoops or whatever it is, like those, I feel like you don't need more of.
That's what they mean by more accessible products. They make the cards really ugly and they just release it.
Yeah.
We got Topps Fire 2 coming out. Don't worry. There'll be enough for everyone. All right.
Because in Pokemon, like everyone's ripping the same set, right? So everyone gets excited about the chase card. If you're ripping sports, let's say we're all into baseball, we're all going to be ripping different product, and it's just not as the hit isn't as exciting because it's going to be a different chase every single set that you do.
Right.
So it makes it a little bit more like diluted in terms of if you're going to be adding more product. I feel like it's tough with it's tough with sports because there's only so many parallels you could do before people complain. And if you get rid of these products and then just focus on, then no one's going to get a hit, right? So.
Yeah, it's complicated, I think. But I guess we'll see. They got a plan, apparently.
Okay.
Second, this is, I found the most interesting in a way. American Express, they're partnering with Fanatics and offering a new credit card for collectors. And some of the perks include 5% cashback, early access to Topps products, and as well as Fanatics Fest access. And if you spend $1,000 a month, at least $1,000 a month for a year, you get a free jersey. Okay, Fanatics jersey, I guess of whatever team. Does any of that make you want to pick up this credit card?
I don't think it's available to Canadians.
That might be true, but I guess maybe over time. But just for our American listeners, if
I could, I would 100% get it.
Would you?
Oh yeah,
100%.
Oh, there's just the early access to Topps. Yeah, that's pretty huge.
Like, it's not even that. It's like there's no annual fee, right?
Are you sure?
Yeah, there's no annual fee.
Okay.
You get what was the 5% cashback in Fanatics Cash. So if I'm using this purely just for cards, 5% back is nice. Like, and like if I'm gonna use that towards cards, like that's great. Like the best credit cards you can get in Canada right now, you're getting like 3% off purchases off a limited amount of expense, right? Like up to like 5,000 or something like that. So 5% is pretty high rewards. It's only for Fanatics Cash, but if you're into the hobby and you're buying stuff, then that 5% is the same as cash. Right. And then I know I saw a lot of Instagram posts where they're just like making fun of the like, spend 12,000 and you get this crappy jersey. But I mean, the reality is like a Fanatics jersey costs like what, $200 like for a baseball jersey or something like that. So if you spend 12,000 and you get a $200 reward, it's actually 1.6%.
Plus the 5%. Right?
Plus the 5%. So
sure.
If we're just looking at credit cards, because like it's like one of the things that I like to do. I like to study, like research on credit cards, and like like I have a friend who like churns and burns the credit cards, like just like figures out how to get as maximize rewards points. Like he like pays for vacations just through like doing this kind of stuff. It's actually a pretty good reward system. Plus, like you were saying, Roy, you get that front of the line access. Who knows what it means? Who knows what products it's for? But for a card that doesn't cost anything for an annual fee, it's pretty good.
Yeah, when you put it that way, it doesn't sound bad. Is it 5% cash back on all purchases? Or is it just like
no, I think
at
it's
the
just,
Fanatics store?
Yeah. I think it's just a hobby product. I think you can also use it at card stores that are like partners with Topps.
I mean, I've probably spent $0 on
Yeah.
the at card stores or on Topps or Fanatics websites. So
Yeah.
for me, I'll probably pass. But I mean, there's a lot of good Topps product releases. So that early access, like after seeing a couple of them, it might be like, okay, it doesn't hurt to kind of sign up for it. But
Yeah. You get a case of Topps Chrome basketball. It's gonna be like $5,000. You're getting money
if
back.
you're guaranteed to get it or have a better chance.
Yeah. And you get 5% back on that. It's pretty good.
I'm sold.
Yeah.
Well, you sold me on it.
Well, I also saw some people saying like, "Oh, it's dangerous. It's like feeding addiction and all that kind of stuff." I mean, like, sure, but you could use any credit card to buy sports cards.
Right.
So it's not like this credit card is the one that tips it over the edge.
Mm-hmm.
So
agree.
Yeah, like, and if you don't have good spending practices, like if you carry credit card debt, you shouldn't be collecting cards anyway, right? Like that's
true.
What's that, 25% interest rate? It's like,
yeah,
you're never gonna recover from that.
That's tough.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess it depends, like you guys were saying, whether you're gonna buy Topps products anyways, and if that's the case, and that's the case for myself and Will in particular, it's a no-brainer for me. Yeah, the early access to Topps products was the most intriguing part of it, and I think just for that alone, it could be worth picking one up. So hopefully, it comes to Canada. I don't know what legal hoops they got to go through to offer in Canada, but hopefully, we have that option in the near future. All right, third. At the industry conference, they really touted their social media marketing, which actually Hyung and I in a previous pod acknowledged how much better it was than in decades past, which was non-existent. And so, it wasn't that surprising to hear they've pretty much 10x'd their engagement numbers year over year. They got more athletes involved as well on social media. We've seen that personally. And so my question is, do you think this is a good way to get more people into the hobby? Essentially, people who might just be on the periphery of the hobby, maybe just they're into sports or football, baseball, basketball, and this is how they're trying to capture their attention and make them collectors. The whole marketing thing. What do you think?
100%. Like people, kids, like adults, everyone's so focused on the social media aspect, and when they see their favorite players ripping cards, it makes them intrigued, right? So they're like, oh, that's kind of cool. And then they go to Walmart with their parents or themselves. They see a box, like, okay, that's kind of their gateway. So it kind of opens their eyes, makes them curious, and it definitely helps grow the hobby.
Very
like if I was a 12-year-old kid and I saw, my favorite player ripping some cards just on social media, and then he gets a hit and see his excitement, I'll be like, oh, I want that. I want to try to open a pack. Yeah. You go to Costco and then you see, what do they have, like updated now or something like that? One of the baseball sets they have. I'll be like, oh, can I get that? And because it's pretty cheap.
Yeah.
Why not, right? So.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's all just about, hitting that next generation. And that's where the kids are, right? Like us old people, yeah, we're on social media too, but really, it's that next wave of young collectors who are going to come in, and I think what Topps is doing is setting themselves up for 20 years in the future or 10 years in the future. Right. Like the groundwork that they put in now is going to be rewarded, in a decade or two, when these young kids have disposable income and they're like, oh man, like I watched so much of like these breakers like growing up, and now I get to break, I get to rip, and I get to collect. It's like, yeah. So it's good work that they're doing.
Yeah. I mean, out of the several announcements they came out with at the conference, I think this was probably a no-brainer in terms of how well they've executed, right? Like it's just yeah, it's just been so effective. And yeah, you guys are right. I think this is the way you really connect with the next generation for sure. All right, one more. Mike Mahan said this, quote, technology today just isn't a big part of the hobby. That's going to change within a year. So no real specifics on what that means exactly. But on one IG account, I saw that they, at the conference, they set up a machine where you can scan a Topps product and it tells you exactly what's in it, like number of packs, what kind of hits you can get. So it differentiates between blaster, hobby, jumbo, like what the odds are. So it's kind of tied in with their other theme of the conference, which is trying to educate new collectors as well, right? Because, if you're coming into it, you just don't know which hits are available in the different box configurations. So that's kind of what that one machine did. But in general, what would you hope for when he says something like that? Technology is going to be a bigger part of the hobby moving forward. Is there anything in mind that you hope that tech can help improve the hobby?
I've been saying for the longest time, just because authenticity is like so cool. There's so many fakes now.
Yeah.
Put it like an NFC chip inside the cards. That way you could authenticate it properly. So
that's a good idea.
The only bad thing about that is like you have to now the pack foil has to be like RFID proof. Yeah. Otherwise, you could just kind of scan through the box. So, and then now with PSA slabs, once it's slabbed and it goes in the mail, you could kind of scan it. So there's like flaws to that technology, but if they could kind of figure it all out and work with the grading companies or whatnot,
yeah,
yeah,
I like it.
That's something that could help, like a fake auto or a fake patch. You don't know what the patch looks like because the guy who pulls it, he'll take it out, swap it. If you could kind of scan it, see what the original product looked like, and see what the auto looked like, then you could kind of authenticate and go through their channels to say, okay, this is a real product instead of going to some random, website. Yeah, that's one thing that's always kind of been on my mind.
No, that's good. And you said there's a few flaws or like other questions that come around with it, but I'm sure it's nothing that ChatGPT can't figure out, or Claude. Speaking of technology, so use technology to figure out these technological flaws. That's what I'm saying.
But going back to that Topps thing where you kind of scan, how are you going to scan it if the blasters are all behind the glass wall?
Yeah, that's a conundrum. How about you, Will? Any ideas of this? Kind of merges into the next segment, but yeah, when it comes to tech, any other solutions? Those are all good that Roy came up with.
Yeah. I'm gonna save it for the next segment because it hits directly into what I wanted to say. Okay,
let's do that then. Perfect segue, and I think that we covered most of the Topps Industry Conference notes anyway. So, next segment, it's called Just a Thought. All right, we haven't done this segment in a while, but this is when we come up with ideas that we think might make the hobby better or more entertaining or more exciting in some way. And it's meant to be a fun segment, so some of these ideas can be far-fetched or outlandish, but there might be something there, like a little nugget to work with. So, Will, why don't you get things started? Because I know you have a couple already.
All right. So this one, just a thought. Maybe Topps, you could fix your website. Maybe.
Okay, what's wrong with it?
We can eliminate bots from buying up all the inventory on release day. Maybe I don't have to, click 14 buttons in the span of half a second when it releases at 12 o'clock noon and it's 12:00:01 and it's already sold out. But maybe you can do something to fix that. And I know there's like a lot of discussion of like, how do you do it and whatever. And it's funny that you're talking about ChatGPT and Claude because I asked ChatGPT. I was like,
okay.
I was like, hey, ChatGPT, is it that hard to restrict bots? And it was like, yeah, kind of, but not really. There's different strategies and whatever. And like, I'm an idiot. Like, I'm not smart. I don't know anything about this area, but I just think like, wait, why can't you just limit a credit card from purchasing more than a jumbo case? Like if a jumbo case is $5K, then that one credit card can purchase up to $5K in product, whatever the product is, on that website for the next hour.
So there's these things called online that are like credit cards. I don't know if they're what they call it. They're like spoofers. You put in your credit card number, and it will regenerate like as many different credit card numbers that just kind of redirect it to that credit card number. So the computers think it's a different credit card, but
Sure.
it's really the same one.
Sure,
So then
but
there's
Amex,
that aspect to it.
I also read there's like where you could get like gift cards, like those Visa gift
Right.
cards or whatever. But you can catch that pretty easily if you take a little time. Like you could partner with Amex, you could partner with Visa, and you could, use their database, check it against the actual credit cards and the addresses and all that kind of stuff. I think there's definitely ways that they can do it, but they don't want to because it's going to cut into their bottom dollar. But it's getting frustrating as a collector who wants to purchase, not having a chance. But this goes into a bigger thought. A bigger, bigger just the thought.
I love it.
We have to realize that the way that we are purchasing cards, or the way Topps is selling cards, is completely backwards.
Okay, explain.
So what they should do is figure out the botting, and then release the product like Topps Chrome WWE to the masses, and within that first day, you could purchase. Like I can purchase my case, Clark, you can purchase your case. Yep. Anything that's left over will then be distributed to the card stores or to breakers. It doesn't make sense to me that if we are talking about the joy of collecting, if we're talking about making this a better space for the collector, why are breakers getting first access to product? Why are they getting access to product before we have a chance? Why are they able to buy up hundreds of cases that I would love to buy just one and keep for myself and rip for myself? So
because they're 10xing the engagement through social marketing.
Sure.
For the next generation. Aren't you paying attention?
Yeah.
Sure.
How many people are you going to outreach to, Will?
Sure. Then
me, myself, and I.
My
That's
49 followers will watch me rip my case. But
you're proving. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
But that's the thing. Like you have to like. That's like saying like, oh, like it's more important the social engagement or whatever. It's like, yes, but to the detriment of the collectors. So I think like there's some things that you could do to make more money, but maybe you shouldn't do, because in the end it hurts the collective culture and society of card collectors. So I think it's backwards. I think you have to offer it to the mass public first. Yeah. Let them take one if they want. And again, you have to restrict it, because you can't let me buy 12 cases.
Right.
But at least allow me to buy one hobby box if I wanted for myself.
So you're saying a made-to-order system. Everyone puts in an order, then they print afterwards.
No, not necessarily print afterwards, but it's like we get first dibs. So if the mass public's like, well, the demand is there, we all want it for ourselves, then okay, there's none for the breakers, and then the breakers could rip diamond icons and like all these higher end product. There's always going to be product for breakers to rip. But if it's like no?
Yeah. No, I mean, I see why Topps.
It's like a utopian world you're thinking of. Where everyone gets
Mike
everything
Mahan's talking
evenly.
about the joy of collecting. It's like he's like prancing in the garden and like plucking flowers and throwing them there. It's like we can have a kumbaya moment if we all just enjoy collecting and all this stuff. It's like, okay, you want that? Then you have to put the work in to get collectors to have joy in collecting. Because what is the joy of collecting? What are we talking about when we're saying joy of collecting? Joy of collecting for who? For the breakers? Or joy of collecting what? Money for Topps? Like, is that what their phrase is about? This is all about the joy of collecting your money.
Pretty much. That's how all businesses work, right?
Yeah, exactly. If Topps is not making profit year over year, then guess what? There's no joy of collecting for anyone.
But the thing is, Topps is making the money regardless.
But I think I don't think the breakers are buying they are. They're buying these on the Topps drops, but they're doing these drops for the collectors to go out and purchase. Are we able to get them? No, because we're too slow with our fingers, and these Gen Zs are just whether they're bots or not. Like,
I think it's the 11-year-olds. They're just like they're way too quick.
Yeah. I mean, there's people. Yeah, there's some crazy people out there.
How about EQL? Doesn't that solve any of this?
Yeah, I like EQL.
To every anti-bot, there's a smarter botter, right?
It's like these guys, cat and mouse.
Exactly, it's cat and mouse, but the cat's gonna win most of the time because they're the predator, right?
I mean, it's gonna be always a race to have better technology, but I like it. I like it for this Just a Thought segment because it does get you thinking. Hopefully, someone from Topps is listening. But yeah, so many other questions. This could go on forever. Because I guess you do put a restriction on the individual buying if they get first dibs. But, shop owners, hobby shops, they're also people too. So they'll probably try to find people that they can, pay a little bit to get more allocation that way. There's always ways to cheat the system.
And Topps they're generating scarcity. Like, there's only a certain amount of cases. Like, they could just print more cases and have it more accessible. But they're not going to do that because they want to create hype. They want to create this, it got sold out in 10 seconds. That's bad. Right. Now you got to buy my hobby box that we've printed millions of that come in a case that we just open up, right?
I don't know. I think optics are really important, and I think if we were in an EQL and there was 2 boxes left and there was 3 of us in there, I'd be upset that I didn't get it, but I'd be like, well, I lost out to Roy and Clark getting a box. But what I don't want to hear about is when you see like these Pokemon bots or whatever, and they're buying up thousands of UPCs or ETBs, and they're just displaying it on their like Instagram. Yeah, it's like that's just not it's not a good feeling for anyone in that hobby. So I think if we're talking about technology, that's your number one problem. Like, that's the number one issue in the hobby right now. It's getting the cards into collectors' hands, getting the boxes into collectors' hands.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that unless you turn back time. Thought. You got to collect it in person. Just a thought.
Mike Mahan was talking about it. I didn't get to watch all of it, but he was talking about like how there's this like this he was showing this chart about like where it's unhealthy, and it's unhealthy if it's that secondary market price is so high. And something I didn't get to read all of it or watch all of the videos, so I don't know what he was saying was the solution to that, but it's something that they've identified as a major problem for the hobby. Right. So hopefully
smarter people in the room can figure it out.
Yeah, I'm a dummy. They should figure it out.
Me too. Yeah, exactly. I'm just a content creator. Come on. I just react to what happens.
I'm just a content creator's fan.
No, man, you are a fellow content creator in arms. Okay. Roy, you got just a thought on your mind for us?
I can't think of anything right now, no.
Okay, I'll go then, because I got two.
I'll try to think of something.
Yeah, no pressure. All right, so I was just at the Blue Jays-Dodgers game on Tuesday. That was a fun game. Yamamoto, still a Blue Jay killer. I wish I went to the next game when we beat Shohei when he was on the mound. That was a fun game to watch. But anyway, I was at the Jays game, and, in between innings, they do a lot of stuff on the Jumbotron. There's dances and, people who like to bring cute kids, they get on the Jumbotron. But, I've always said this, like the hobby and sports go hand in hand. And I did see a few patch cards at some of the booths, like the vending booths. So that was kind of cool to see. But if you really want to get more people into collecting where there are sports fans, you got to try to arrange, just a thought, maybe there's a prize where you get to see a pack rip live opening on the Jumbotron. Okay? Just a thought. And then it's kind of cool. You're like, oh, this person can hit this card. Let's see if they get a big hit. Or there's like, or maybe just personalized packs where you're guaranteed a hit of a Blue Jays player or whatever stadium you're in. And so you get to see, you open in front of 40,000 people, and then that gets people like, oh, what's going on here? And not everyone's going to be a collector. I'm just saying this is a golden opportunity that you can do at every ballpark.
Yeah, you know what, Clark? You're really onto something because, when we go to those Blue Jays games and they have those like little marketing things and ad things where it's like, like they always do the shell game, right? Where it's like they flip over 3 cards and it's like digitally moving and all that stuff. But if you make the prize a baseball card, like of Vladdy, like an autographed Vladdy card, or like you get to go down to the field after the game and get an autograph. Card, get an autographed card. Yeah, it's like that puts cards into people's mindsets.
Yes,
and then actually for them, it's really good because the amount of like product you have to carry is a lot less. Like, when you're giving out jerseys or giving out T-shirts, it's a lot of bulk. You're just giving away one card. It's like it fits in an envelope. It's pretty good. I like it.
I think we're onto something. Yeah. Live pack opening on the Jumbotron. That's my just a thought.
Just like to go off that, like
sure.
When you come in, everyone gets one pack. Per game, and then you rip it, and then one of the packs out of the 40,000 or whatever it is, will have like a come down to the field or upgrade your seat.
Yes,
all these kind of like, incentives. Plus, you get a baseball player of like your home team.
Yeah. Or maybe even like home opener.
Genius.
Home opener, you get a Tops Now card, right?
Yeah.
Like like you're saying, you get one as you enter, and like, that's pretty cool. Like we're onto something.
so many different ways.
BP, you get to experience one BP.
Yeah,
with your family of 4 or something like that. Yeah,
I mean, they're halfway there. Like when we went, they're doing the commemorative ticket giveaway of the first game, 1977. Commemorative ticket, so I got one of those, and that was kind of cool. But you could and they're just handing it out once you scan your ticket in. So easy, just one pack each, like you were saying. Easily done. I think we're gonna see this in the very near future, and then we'll take credit for it on Cards to the Moon. I'm gonna make it real just so we have it on record on social media. And tag every MLB team. Every 30 tags on that reel.
You don't need to tag the Marlins. I don't think they don't have the money for it.
That's right. Okay. Yeah. All right. I got one more. If no one else has any, to close off this segment, it's kind of like sports card speed dating. All right, so just hear me out. This. It's not really dating, but you go to card shows. Not everyone's very, forward when they want to make a trade. A lot of people are shy. Like sometimes even I'm like, do I want to approach this vendor to see if they're interested in buying? No one wants to really be rejected, but like in a sports card or like not in like a speed dating scene, everyone's there for reason and purpose. Why you're there, and then everyone gets equal opportunity. You know how it works, right? Like there's like 10 people, just say, seated at a table, and then you just kind of rotate every 5 minutes or 10 minutes or whatever it is. But at these, like, let's say trade nights, you just have a area where if you sign up, you could just go to each table. You know what you're there for. You show each other your cards, and it's not a even if you're a shy person, you're like, oh, they know why I signed up. Everyone's here for the same reason. And then you just show each other's cards and and then you could talk to the person and you maybe make a connection that way. As a friend, I'm not saying anything more, but you show each other your cards and then ding, you go to the next person. And then it's just a good opportunity to meet new people while potentially trading nice cards with one another.
But I don't understand why this is different than a trade show.
I'm just saying people are nervous. Like people just go to trade night. Some people might be like have anxiety over going to like a. Come on. Well, I know that's not the case for you. Okay.
No. I'm just saying, like, but does introducing a bell and like a forced seating plan make it any easier?
Hey, it works for speed daters. You know, a lot of those people are there because they're, you know, I can't find a date any other way, so I'm trying the speed dating thing. Same thing with trades, you know, like, oh, I'm not good at trading with people. I'm kind of shy, but if there's a place where I can go and meet other people that are maybe just as shy, and
just to
just a thought.
Yeah, just in support of this idea, because there's never a bad idea. There's just unfinished ideas.
Yes,
I
exactly.
remember like right when we're kind of coming out of the COVID world and we're coming back into public spaces. There's this idea where it's like you could wear different colored bracelets. Like, let's say you went to church or something, and it's like if you're like really like, you're the hugging type and the handshake type, you have a green bracelet. And it's like, and if I'm wearing a green bracelet and you're wearing a green bracelet, we know. Oh, we love the hugging. We don't need the masks. We might just kiss. It's okay. And then, for the more antisocial or the more anti COVID stuff, like a little bit, people who are a little bit, more concerned about it, hesitant, or maybe they have health complications, they're wearing a red bracelet. So it's like, respect. I'll respect your space or whatever. Yeah. And so maybe a similar thing. It's like, hey, if I'm really extroverted and I want to talk about the hobby and, I'm looking to make friends and all this stuff, I got the green bracelet. But if I'm like, this is just strictly about the cash, I'm wearing a red bracelet, let's not talk, just show me your cards, I'll show you mine.
No small
we'll just have a calculator talk. I'll just show you, I'll punch in numbers, and if we agree, we agree. It's an unfinished idea, but we can get there. We can make something happen.
Give me the red bracelet and let's go. Yeah, I think this is what this segment's all about. This is just the beginning of something, and we'll flush it out later. Yeah. All right, I love this. We got to do Just a Thought more because I think the hobby needs it.
Roy's bracelet is gonna be neon green.
Well, what does that signify?
What does that mean?
You're just like super extroverted. You're like,
oh, that's not me at all. Not anymore.
Yeah. Roy's like, I've seen Roy enter into public situations where very quickly he's just the center of the room, the world.
Wow.
The focus. Yeah.
No, that's just because you're wearing the pink bracelet. The introvert in the corner.
I'm like, just like, I'm not even wearing a bracelet. I'm just like, I'm in the closet,
just through the glass, like
I don't even want to be here. I don't want to be here at all. Yeah.
Oh man, good stuff. All right, let's finish this episode with our regular weekly segment we call Pick One. All right, I usually always start off with Will. You got one for us today?
Yep. So
let's do it.
Every time we're on, it's always going to be something Pokemon related, just because the Pokemon market and Shohei are the two things that are propping up the card hobby.
Wait, are you going to steal my pick one?
No. Okay. And so I was looking at some Pokemon cards, and I was looking at Roy's Mario Pikachu, the one that he's been chasing, the one that he loves, and I saw a recent sale of a PSA 6.
Oh, okay.
PSA 6 Mario Pikachu. It just sold a couple days ago for $14,000.
Wow. That is insane.
That's crazy.
Like Roy said, the PSA 10, the last sale was around just north of $40K.
Canadian, all Canadian.
Yeah, these are Canadian, Canadian dollars. It's pop count of there's 3,500 PSA graded cards that are higher value, right? Versus the 1986 Fleer Michael Jordan PSA 7. PSA. What's my notes say? Oh, PSA 7. Just sold for $12,500 a couple days ago. Now I did look, and there was actually another sale for $11,000. But we'll go with the higher sale. We'll just assume it's a better looking less creased, better corners, better centering kind of thing. So $12,500 for a PSA 7 Jordan, or $14,000 for the Mario Pikachu PSA 6. And the crazy thing is, as I was doing this prep, I'm like, okay, what Pokemon card am I going to pick? And then I was going to compare it against like Tatis or Soto or Acuna, and Pikachu is just skyrocketing to GOAT level that you can't even compare him to any of those cards anymore. You have to go straight to the GOATs. So I went straight to Jordan. So which one are you guys picking? Yeah.
For me, it's easy. It's the Mario Pikachu.
And a PSA 6?
Yeah, because
goodness,
at the end of the day, I don't think there's ever going to be another Mario Pokemon card collab, whereas like there's a ton of Michael Jordan cards. Yes, they're not the 86 Fleer, but this is like a one of, there's never going to be a card like that again for the Pokemon. And PSA 6, there's probably a dent in it. You could probably fix that up. There's so many people fixing cards these days. Crack it out, put it into the humidor or however you do it.
Yeah, but you could do that with the PSA 7 Jordan too.
I feel like it's easier with Pokemon cards than sports cards. But I don't know. It's just like that card has always been a dream of mine. Jordan, I like Jordan, but LeBron's the GOAT.
Oh, John Kim. Whoa. Don't get John.
Hanging out with John a little too much.
But I don't know. It's just I'd rather have the Pokemon card in a 6 versus the Flair 7. It feels like 10 versus 10. Yeah, the Jordan, no problem. Just because I feel like sports card PSA 10s for like GOAT rookies are like those will, in history, will probably do better. But in a 7, I'd rather just have the Pikachu the Mario Pikachu.
All right, I'm going with MJ. Purely for the reason that the Mario Pikachu values are just unsensical right now. Like, I just don't understand how it keeps going up, and I have to believe that it will regress at some point. And I don't know. I don't know what the logistics are of ever seeing a Nintendo and Pokemon collab in the future, but I feel like you can't say never.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? So I'm if there's money to be had, there's always an opportunity somewhere down the road. So 86 Flair is iconic, of course, with MJ. So at a 7, I'll gladly take that. And a couple thousand in cash.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Roy, would you say that the Mario Pikachu is the iconic Pikachu card?
Probably not.
What would you say is like the greatest Pikachu card? Not the
Illustrator.
Would it be Illustrator?
Yeah, definitely. It's the most expensive card that's sold. But there's like, I don't know, there's like trophy cards. There's so many different Pikachu cards.
Because in my mind, the Mario Pikachu is like the GOAT Pikachu card to get.
Yeah, see, like, maybe that's probably why it kind of went up like crazy too, because for the general public who sees Pokemon cards, they see, and they like Mario and they like Pokemon, they're like, this is so cool. But once you like dive deeper into the rabbit, like, there's so many other cards that are like quote unquote better or more rare, or they have some quality going for them to make it more expensive or whatever it is compared to the Mario Pikachu. But from a general standpoint, it's a great looking card. It's a collaboration that we haven't seen in 10 years. So I don't know. Yeah, like, Clark, your points are pretty good. Like, I'm kind of like, oh, that's true. They can come out with another Mario card in the next 15. If Pokemon's kind of on a downhill slope, they're like, oh, we gotta revamp this up
for the 31st anniversary. We got to think of something big.
Yeah, the 50th, whatever it is. But I don't know.
Yeah, it's funny because
there's so many other Pikachu cards that are quote unquote better than the Mario. But at the end of the day, it's what you like. So
yeah. So I think Roy just convinced me to go with the Fleer Jordan. Just because there might be better Pikachu cards, but this Jordan is gonna be the Jordan.
Yes, sir.
Card. Yeah.
All right, that's a good one to start things off. Roy, you want to go next?
Yeah, so I'll go with the new Charizard that just came out in Phantasmal Flames, the
one.
Mega Charizard X,
Yeah.
in a PSA 10. So that one has a pop of 14,000, and I think it sold just around 3K US.
Oh my gosh, this is an English one.
In English, yes.
Yeah.
So and then luckily I bought that 3 weeks ago for 2,000 US. So it's already gone up 50% since
It's insane.
since 3 weeks ago. Versus the iconic Charizard base set PSA 9 holo.
Base set PSA 9.
Base set, so not first edition, not shadowless, just unlimited. 8,500 is the pop, and that's sold for right around the same price.
So for that set, first edition is obviously the top, and then shadowless is the next tier, and then base unlimited set. And there's no other after that. It's just okay.
So those are the three. So it's the modern chase Charizard versus the iconic base set Charizard in a 9.
Will, go ahead.
Oh man, I'm always about artwork, and I love the artwork of the new one. Like, I just went over to Roy's house to pick up a couple of my cards, and he showed me this card in hand, and it's like, oh, it looks really nice. I think you were saying it looks way better out of the case, right? Out of the
every card.
Yeah,
every
like
Pokemon
you don't
card
see
looks
it as well in the case, but even encased in the PSA slab, it still looked pretty good. But I think it's too scary to put that much into the modern one. So I'm gonna go with the base set, the old school. Even though I don't like the look of Charizard that much in that image. Like, something's wrong with his neck.
What? So, what do you mean? He has a neck pain and he's like bending. Like, what do you mean something's wrong?
Yeah, like he needs some some athlete spray or like some
Robaxacin.
muscle. Yeah, he needs something for his neck. It's not looking
Robax.
good.
Tiger Bomb.
Yeah, that's why he's blowing fire out of his mouth. He's in pain. Oh, he's actually not blowing any fire out of his mouth.
He is.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he is. Yeah, he's in pain.
Dude, you don't see any dragon movies? That's how dragons blow out fire, dude. They get low and then they go up. How to Train Your Dragon? You didn't see that? Dude, you gotta watch that.
Game of Thrones?
Mega Charizard's not doing that. Mega Charizard doesn't have scoliosis. Like,
it's an inaccurate picture, though. That's not true to real dragons.
we're gonna have to complain to the artist.
Yeah, that's. I love that new modern, but it's so iconic. The original Charizard. The only thing I don't like about it, and the reason why I was asking those questions, is like the fact that there are different tiers that are better and more scarce or more valued. I think that's why I'm going to go with modern.
Oh, wow.
So I feel like I want one in my collection. I'll probably go for the Japanese one just because I like it better.
You've been wanting that since it came out.
I know, but then I'm like, maybe I'll go down a little bit.
Same mistake I did.
He's doing the Mario Pikachu thing right now, so I'm gonna have to really think about pulling the trigger soon or never. But if at that price, I guess I'll go with the modern one because there's only the English and the Japanese, whereas the other one, if I could save a little more money, maybe I'll go for the shadowless or something like that. Or I would rather have like a lower grade first edition. Something like that, yeah.
All right. Yeah, for me, I love that new Charizard. The artwork is simply the best in the past long time for a Charizard card. And I watch all these videos of people say what's the most overrated card? And so many people say base set Charizard. I'm like, they're either so young that they don't understand what that feeling was when you're just trying to chase that card. But they're crazy. That card is so iconic. And yeah, even though there's like the first edition, the Shadowless, like I was chasing Unlimited, and this is the card I was chasing. And then when my friends pulled it, we'd be like, "That's crazy," shoving it in our pockets, top load. Or like passing it around with our greasy fingers.
Yeah.
But that was the card that that changed this is what probably made Pokemon, like this, chasing this one card. And just it just overflowed with nostalgia of experiencing that. Well, not myself, but like seeing friends pull it or have it. And like it's already popped 14,000 for the Mega Charizard, and that's gonna continue to go up.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I like the classics. Vintage is doing really well, and I think it'll kind of hold value versus this modern. So I'm gonna go with the base set.
Wow. Okay. Can't go wrong with the iconic base set Charizard for sure. All right, excellent. And for mine, staying along with the Pokemon cards, on one hand, I just saw every time I see my card ladder collection, if it's gone up or down. Lately, it's been going up and up and up for one reason: the Pikachu stamp box PSA 10 card. And I saw that. I'm like, oh, wow, my collection just went up a few $100s more. I wonder what it is. And then I see it's the stamp box sold for $4,000 yesterday, US.
Wow.
4,000.
US, wow.
US. And, loyal listeners of the pod will know that I traded that Charizard and Mewtwo, the one that goes together.
Crown Zenith, yeah.
Crown Zenith, PSA 10. And I checked recently. I'm like, I wonder how much that set goes for. $1,700 US. So that's also gone up, but not as high as the $4,000 stamp box. So I won that trade.
Good job, Clark.
Yes, I got a few wins, but I'm wondering, compare that to, and this is why I was asking whether you're going to steal my pick one, because I'm putting it up against a couple of Shohei Ohtani cards, right? That also sold for $4,000 US. So I wonder which one you would choose. So the Pikachu stamp box PSA 10, or either the Shohei Ohtani 2017 Bowman Mega Box, where he's in his Japan uniform, and that's a PSA 10, not numbered, or the 2024 Topps Chrome Logo Edition of Shohei Ohtani Blue Refractor. It's him in his Dodgers uniform, PSA 10, and it's a blue, so it's numbered to 150. So any of those two Shohei cards, you could choose one or the other over the Pikachu card, or are you choosing the Pikachu card over the two Shohei Ohtanis?
What's Logo Edition? Is that like the Logo Fractor?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll go first. I mean, I love that stamp box. I kind of want it again, but it's already at 4,000 US. I was thinking of actually pulling the trigger like a month ago. I was like, should I buy it again? I was like, it'll come down. Like, why do I keep telling myself that? Like, it's nothing is coming down right now.
Nothing in Pokemon card land is coming down. Yes.
Yeah. But I don't know. Like the Dodgers, definitely not. Well, one, it's like Logo Fractor. Two, it's not a rookie. But I don't know, something about that World Baseball Classic.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like it. It's like it predates his rookie card, right?
Yes, by a year.
And like WBC, like you saw it this year, it was crazy. It was like
it's getting bigger.
It's getting bigger. It's actually amazing to watch. Japan always does well as long as Otani's still there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they did well without him, right? Too, but yeah, I think that one will do. I can't say it's going to do better, but if you're going to invest in Otani, something a little bit more unique, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Pop's probably low on that, right? Probably like a couple hundred.
I have to double check, but yeah, it can't be super high or anything like that.
And like and you appeal to the international market with this Japanese or Team Japan card. So I don't know. I like it. I kind of like it. So
okay.
I'm gonna go with the WBC.
Yeah.
Nice.
Ohtani.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, for me, this is very easy. It's crazy. The Topps Chrome Logo Edition blue, like that sold for $4,000. That's just that's actually nonsense. Like,
it's numbered to 150 though.
But the crazy thing is, like, I was a couple of years ago when I would go on the podcast, I was the one who was like, "Hey guys, it doesn't always have to be the rookie card. It could be like a color match of like a star player in his new team's jersey."
Exactly this card. Yes.
And like I remember Young being like, "Nah, give me the rookie." And so, but when I look at it, I'm like, this makes no sense. And I think like the Shohei market is crazy.
Also crazy, yes.
This is like not a sound purchasing decision. Like when you go on Card Ladder or Market Movers, you should look at what other $4,000 Shohei cards there are. The fact that you could get this 27 Bowman Mega Box card, which has always been valued. It's always been a respected Shohei card because it is pre-rookie. If you could get that for $4,000 and then somebody's offering you this blue logo edition 2024 Chrome for $4,000, you need to slap that person in the face and be like, how dare you?
What?
How dare you?
Wow,
It doesn't
okay.
make sense. Like, if it was a superfractor, if it was out of red, then sure, you could make some arguments, but it's like, logo edition's a lesser edition, a lesser variant. And
I think,
it doesn't make sense. So it's the Japanese Bowman Shohei.
Wow.
For 4K.
Wow.
Over the stamp box, you're looking for more Pikachus.
I do
weren't you?
love the stamp. I actually really like the stamp box. I think it's a really good looking card. But I have a very soft spot for that Bowman Mega Box Shohei. I actually always wanted that card, and I've had multiple chances to pull the trigger, and I never did, and I'm kicking myself for never having bought it.
Well, I mean, I think you're really disrespecting the
blue?
The blue. In the Dodgers uniform, that's you can't
if it was true blue, Topps Chrome.
It is. Okay, not true Topps Chrome, but it's a true blue.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not one to collect like first year new team like that. That's kind of nonsense to me. That's just like a vendor or like trying to upsell you on buying their card. It's like
but it's Dodgers. It's Dodgers. Okay, I get it if you went to the Marlins or something, but the Dodgers, it's like the Yankees. Dodgers, the only two teams that actually matters, I think, is the Dodgers and Yankees. My opinion.
I mean, if Vladdy went to the Yankees, am I gonna or the Dodgers? I'm not gonna buy it. I'm not gonna be like, I want that card. I mean, I guess I'm not I could see. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. I don't like it.
Okay, yeah, that's your opinion, but I just.
But I also don't collect sports cards, so I have a different mindset than others.
Roy's gonna come out with a sick card from the April show, a sports card.
Yeah, I'm never trading Pokemon for sports again.
I don't know how it happened. Worse. I got this $30,000 Shohei Ohtani card.
It looks so nice. Yeah, I'm going with the WBC card too. Yeah. I think that's the right play.
It's such a good looking card.
For 4K, I think compared to, I mean, I don't know if you listened to the episode where Hyung and I were talking about some of the other Shohei cards that have gone up, spiked up, and it's outrageous. Like the batting base rookie, okay? The base rookie batting pose of Bowman Chrome, 4,800.
Yeah.
Like, why would you take that over the WBC? You know what I mean? Like I
feel like it's very similar to Pokemon and people who collect English versus Japanese. Like people probably don't want to touch this because it says Japan on it, right? It's not MLB. It's not it's not a part of baseball history of the MLB.
I think that's going to change once you see like certain prices just sky high. You're like, what? That Japanese one looks pretty good. We're going to get there really soon with Pokemon cards. And I think we're already seeing that with, Shohei Ohtani cards in his WBC because it's more affordable than even his Angels, when he's in his Angels uniform.
I actually think it's a pretty well priced. Like I'm curious on the pop on this card.
I just checked. The pop count's just under 1,600.
Okay.
Compared to the Pikachu stamp box, which is about to hit 20,000. And the other one, of course, is 150. But PSA 10 is far less. But yeah. All right. Another great episode, guys. Appreciate you and appreciate all our listeners. Clocking in at about an hour 20. I can always expect an extra long episode with you guys because it's always fun. Each segment's always fun to discuss cards with. And yeah, we'll have a brand new episode for you guys next Tuesday. Talk to you then. Bye. Hey, thanks for listening to Cards to the Moon. We'd really appreciate you subscribing to our podcast wherever you listen to your podcasts. And you can also connect with each of us on Instagram at 5cardguys, or you can follow Hyung at Integrity Sports Cards, or John at TradeU at Recess. You can also check us out at 5cardguys.com. Thanks again, and hope to connect soon.